Hello, my friends. You might have heard me talk about Tuney. Well, today I'm going to show you how to create in Tuney. It's very straightforward. Go to tunee.ai, and I have already prepared a little bit of muted trumpet simulated by playing it like. So I have that kind of thing going on. I'm just going to drag my file from the folder where it is straight into Tuney. Okay, it has about 2 minutes of muted trumpet play. Just simulating the instrument. And what I want is a 1980s, guess it could be 70s as well. I've just got this sound in my head. 1980s. I'm going to put the prompt in now. Warm, big band horns. It's panned and very lush with a flugelhorn-led. Traditional cool jazz, clean mix with drum brushes, minimal piano. That's pretty much it. That's what I've got in my head. And I'm just going to hit start cooking. You've run out of credits. Oh. That's not exactly true, buddy. I haven't run out of credits. I have 150 credits right there. Stop it. Okay, so I guess what I'm going to have to do is remind it that I have credits. My goodness, come on. Okay, let's do this again. Start cooking. So that should be a lesson that sometimes you may have to refresh your screen to remind Tuney that, hey, I get 150 free credits every day. Don't shortchange me. What I like about Tuney is it goes back and forth with you. This is a little bit different from Suno. You see, this gives you options and it gets you more involved in the creative process. What I like about Tuney is it stops the lazy, brain rot prompt. You have to think more than just give a prompt. You have to be selective. So it's asking you to explore a few creative directions. And the more I work in Tuney, the more I'm realizing this goes with my ethos of being the human in the loop. This is a perfect way of being the human in the loop because you're going beyond just hitting a button. First of all, I've given it let's see what it said. This track delivers a laid-back, smooth jazz feel with a prominent flugelhorn melody evoking a relaxed and contemplative atmosphere. I didn't play it for you. I should have played a bit of it for you. So you get the idea. It's a melody that I came up with. It said do 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 for all the. Yeah, I hope it doesn't say do 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 do. So I'm gonna say I want all these directions. I normally just go with all, but make sure it is an instrumental and not singing do do do. That is what the flugelhorn plays. Okay, so you got to talk to the tool, see? And then I say, yep, go. And then it goes, it says, got it. I'll keep everything instrumental with the flugelhorn carrying those melodic phrases instead of vocal doo-doo lines. This is another strength in tuney that Suno doesn't have. Suno would have been off to the races, and it's like the toss-up. Whatever you get it. And don't get me wrong, I love creating in Suno, but the more I use these tools, the more I look at what an advantage could be. I think for me as a director or producer, being in this seat not only empowers me, but it gets me to really think critically about what I'm looking for. And then it's telling me, okay, this is a musical prompt. I'm now crafting a lush big band reverie prompt with expanded horns, pan trumpets, and trombones. So it totally got the picture. I'm excited to create music that brings your vision of a lush, cinematic big band sound to life. Cool jazz, flugelhorn-led, walking bass, drum brushes, and boom, there you go. It's giving me 6. So wow, that is a lot of options. I only have 12 credits left though. So it did a number on my credits. I normally have 1,800 every month, but I think I really blew all my credits last month, so I've been kind of going from day to day with my tuney credits, which isn't a problem. Credits are meant to be used, right? So let's take a listen to what it has done. Let us bring this one up first. was good. Let's go to the next one. was good. Yeah, that was really, really cool. Let's go to the last set. We got... Oh, not so quick. These two. Here we go. That's really good. So he followed my prompt very well, followed my audio prompt, just so you remember, because I really want to give you context. If you go back and listen to the very beginning, this is what I put in. I pretty much guided it on a pentatonic minor kind of scale. So simulating a trumpet, but it really got all that syncopation. That's really what I want to point out. Something else that is really cool about Tuney is this is an entire work stream right here. See, so it's bucketized it as 1970s to 80s cool jazz explorations, and it just keeps going. So what I did was I gave it a second follow-on prompt after it had delivered all that good stuff. So while we were listening, I ended up putting in another prompt, okay? I gave it a second prompt, and I asked it to create a 1930s, give me a 1930s big band energetic feel for this same tune. So it's just reimagining it, and it's asking, do you want all three directions? And I said, yes, give me all three directions. All in the same workflow. You see, this is one of the advantages of Tuney. I love working in Tuney because it's very organized and it's very visual. So even though Suno has imagery, you can't move the screen around like this, and then if you wanted to add on and create new right here in these sections, you can. And this is how my entire workflow in Tuney is. I probably have at least 500 songs now in Tuney. So right now we're going to keep listening. We're going to go over to the classic jazz swing orchestra, and we're just going to play everything from my new prompt on down. So sit back, relax, and listen. It's like having a jazz night, on the radio. That's what it's like. And what makes it a treat is it's my idea, my music, my melody, my syncopations that have been transformed and retaining as much as possible. You gotta understand the joy of creating in a place where you can control. There's so much control. You see what I'm doing. I'm controlling, moving the screen around, zooming in, zooming out. It's very empowering. And then you have the left-hand side, which is not moving at all, which you can also control from here as well. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty exciting for someone who is like workflow driven, Anyway, let me get off my soapbox. Let's begin playing. Here we go. That was nice. Let's move on to swing echoes. That was cool. All right. So let's move on to next one. The next one is Evening Serenade. That was sweet. Let's go to the next one. Hollywood Ballroom is what it's called. Here we go. Coming up. That was cool. Now, before we go to the next one, I'll give you a heads up as to what's coming next. Right now, I've requested a 1990s West Coast funk, electric syncopated power pack groove. This was my original prompt. I would like a banging 1990s funk, dance, LA West Coast vibe version of this melody. Funk it up with vocoder, synth bass, horns, syncopated vibe, all that good stuff. It knows what I'm talking about. So I've got that cooking, and just before I play that, we're going to listen to the last two in the previous sequence, which is Brass Pulse and Jump Swing Drive. So let's listen to that. Here we go. And then we'll go funky after this. That was cool. Let's go to next. All right, that was a lot of fun. Now, in taking a look at my credits, I realized that I have maxed out all of my credits. But not to worry, we can still have a ball if I tune into some of my previous experiments. And part of my previous experiments was a funk fusion jamboree. And I'm just going to play the funk fusion stuff for you. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at how good Tunee is. In fact, you probably are already surprised. But Tunee is really good when you give it a solid prompt. It knows what to do. So let's check out some synth vibes from Tunee. Here we go. That was cool. Let's shift gears to tight pocket groove. Tight pocket groove. Tail end of this stream. We've been going for about an hour and 10 minutes, so it's definitely time to shut it down, but I hope you enjoyed listening. I hope what I said about tunee is making sense, how it makes a good workflow. It's visual, it's hands-on, it keeps you plugged in, and you can do all sorts of other things with the downloads, right? You can split to stems, you could go into a DAW, you could remix, you could do so many different things. All right, but I hope today gave you some insights as far as what you can do with tunee. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching. I'll see you again very soon.